and welcome to this Calm Buddhi Spring Yin Yoga class. My name is Karina Smith, and today I'm going to be guiding you through about 30 minutes of a really nice sequence to help you start reawakening into the season of spring. For this Yin Yoga class today, I'm going to be using a bolster, a couple of blocks, and a blanket for Savasana. If you've got something like that handy for your practice, feel free to gather your props. Otherwise, you could make do with a cushion from the couch or a bed pillow, or you could just improvise with whatever you need. So make yourself really comfortable, and then when you're ready, come and join me in an upright seat just like this, cross-legged. You can sit on any props that you like, and we're going to start this practice today with a little bit of connection to the breath. So once you start getting settled in your upright seat, you can go ahead and just close down your eyes and allowing your hands to simply rest on the knees. You could have palms facing upward or downward, whatever's more comfortable for you. And as your eyes are closing down, just allow yourself to really feel your body drop down into your seat. As we begin to enter the season of spring, there's this encouraging feeling in the environment of our energy moving upward and outward, hopefully after a winter where we have received deep rest and deep nourishment. So to help us to connect to that feeling of an upward and outward movement of your chi, we're going to start this practice today with some breath work. This is a nice, simple practice to get you into your lungs and to help you really feel the energy and chi moving through your body. And I just call this the 4x4 breath. We're going to do this breathing practice through the nose. So wherever you're up to with your breath right now, just slowly exhale all of your breath out. And as you begin to take your inhalation through the nose, we'll start to inhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going with this for about another 3 or 4 rounds of inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 4. And you're welcome to pause a little bit longer at the very top of your breath and at the very bottom of your breath. And exhaling all the breath out. Take a nice deep breath in as you open your eyes. And exhale out completely. Welcome to the practice, everybody. Namaste. Gathering your hands in toward your chest in a prayer position, just like I have here, we're going to start including a little bit of movement through the arms as well. So now taking your arms out to the side, turning the palms up, and then taking an inhalation as you breathe your arms up above your head, bringing your hands into a prayer position. And as you exhale, bring the hands back to rest in front of the chest again. We'll repeat this a few times. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up. And exhaling, bringing the hands in to the chest. Good. And again, inhaling, sweep the hands up. Breathing out. We'll do a couple more rounds just like that. Inhaling. And exhaling. Last one, breathing in nice and deep. Breathing out. One more breath in here. And exhaling. Nice. And now just for a moment, I'm going to invite you to come up off your mat and bring yourself up to standing. Just momentarily, making sure you've got plenty of space on your mat. And we're going to start coming into our yin shape here that we call dangling. So take a moment to really let your feet plug down into the earth. Knees can be a little bit soft. And then taking a long breath from your feet right up to your head. And as you begin to exhale here, allow the chin to melt down into the chest, allowing the neck, arms, hips and knee joints to start to fold as you let your body slowly dangle down over the legs and over the mat. Now, as you start to fold down here, you might feel some strong stretching sensations through the back of the body and the back of the legs, which could be a great time to find yourself a prop to have underneath the hands. If that feels like the ground is a little bit far away, a bolster can be really lovely for that. So you can bend your knees as much as you need to and have the bolster or the prop there to bring the ground up a little bit higher for you. And if you need a little bit of movement here, you could play with just drifting the weight from one foot to the other as you start to ease out the backs of your legs, your back. And just see if it's possible for your breath rhythm to stay nice and even. Even inhalations and even exhalations. Out of this shape at any time, but if it does feel okay, we're going to 8 more respirations together. And starting to take a deeper inhalation, exhaling. Now you're welcome to standing how you come out of your shape, or you can just fold yourself down into squat like I have. We're now going to make some space on our mats and come into a rebound. So a rebound is just a position that you can rest in that feels really easeful for your body. I like to simply lay on my back, but your rebound could be laying on your side or your belly. It's completely up to you, as long as it feels like a position that you can rest in. And we're just going to spend a little bit of time here. So as you make your way down into your rebound, just see what you're noticing in the areas of your body where you felt a very strong sensation in dangling. So as you lay down, what's happening through the tissue of your back and the backs of your legs? And can you send that lovely, even breathing into those regions of your body? And then taking a nice deep breath in and breathing out. And then just check and see if you want to add in any movements after your rebound, like a hugging of knees to chest or something else. And then we're going to make our way up to sitting. Time to get there. And if you've got a bolster or a cushion nearby, that might be really handy for this next shape. We're going to come into Dragonfly. So for Dragonfly, we sit up and open the legs out a little bit. If you find that as you come up to sitting, your hamstrings are quite tight and it's pulling your pelvis back, a blanket or a cushion tucked under either knee is a great prop for that. You might even want something tucked up underneath your sitting bones. I do encourage you to have your bolster out in front for this. And then we'll just see, what we feel. So the shape does tend to target the adductors and the inner leg tissue. So if you were to bring your hands out in front, we'll just see what happens as you slowly wander forward. At some point coming forward, that sensation might get a lot stronger, which is a great cue to bring in a prop to support your torso, which is the bolster, really. And you could bring your hands underneath your chin. You could have your hands supporting your head, or you could simply lay all the way down. If that's very strong, having the bolster on an angle for you to wrap your hands around and rest into is a really nice option as well. So you just take care of what you're feeling in your body, and then we're going to spend a little bit of time here in Dragonfly. Bringing yourself back to that smooth, even breath. And wherever you can feel your body making contact with a bolster or the cushion that you're using, just see if it's possible to sink a little deeper into that as you breathe out. And we've got about 5 more exhalations to play with here. And then breathing deeply into your back. Breathing out. And supporting yourself nice and slowly as you rise up out of your Dragonfly. Making space on your mat. And just before you take your rebound, this little offering is a nice one to kind of ease out the hips a little. So we're going to window wipe the knees before we lay down, having the feet wide, and then just slowly letting the knees roll from right to left a couple of times. And then when that feels a bit more soothed, go ahead and guide yourself into a restful rebound to let the dust settle after your Dragonfly. Letting all your bones rest down into the mat. Soft, easy breathing here. sending a really nourishing breath down into your belly and breathing out. And then starting to move in any way that feels mindful for you as we bring ourselves up to sitting for our next shape. We're going to move around the body a little now to the outer hips and outer thighs, the IT band and glute region. And if you do have a bolster or cushion, bring that with you and come and sit yourself in a cross-legged seat. And we'll start with the left leg in front. We're going to come into sleeping swan. So if you lean yourself a little more to your left-hand side and bring your right leg behind you, and then extend your right leg behind you, it doesn't really matter where it's pointing. And we're looking to feel some kind of broad stretching around the outer left hip and outer left thigh. It doesn't matter where this right hip is, it's more about that sensation. And then slowly bringing yourself forward until you really notice that region of your body. See what happens if you walk a little further to the right or a little further to the left. It's bolster are there for you to like again. In slowly and deeply, breathing out slowly and completely. Moving your body out of that shape, and just like we've been doing all practice, guiding yourself down into a rebound. Paying a little extra special care to that left leg, looking for a position where that left leg can be really comfortable and easeful as you take a rest. Breathing down into your belly and breathing out and finding your way to move out of that rebound and out on the opposite side. So you know where you're headed now. This time we'll have the right leg in front and you can lean a little extra to the right side, bringing the left leg behind you. It's always a good shape to notice that we're not as symmetrical as we think. So have everything ready, but just be open to the fact that it might feel a little different on this side, and that's fine. So you can just tend to what you notice in your body, looking for some kind of broad sensation here on the right leg, and then start exploring. What do you notice when you come forward? Is that different if you wander over to the left side or the right side? Where does it feel like a good spot for you to drop your anchor and start to settle into your sleeping swan for the right leg? And is your breath still able to move with ease? If not, what needs to be changed? What do you need to adjust? And if you've got the bolster underneath you, how much more of your body weight can you let it take for you? As we sink down into about 8 more slow exhalations. Offering yourself a nice, slow, deep breath in and breathing out. And as you begin to move out of your sleeping swan and down into your rebound, this rebound's also going to be a lovely segue into our Savasana. So if you've got a blanket or an eye pillow or anything else that you want to add in for your Savasana, just slowly gather those things in for yourself. And as you begin to make your rebound comfortable, you can add in your Shavasana props as well. So I'm going to add the bolster underneath my knees. And I'm going to add this beautiful warm blanket over the top of my body, just to keep things really cozy. And I love using an eye bag for my Shavasana because it just helps me really surrender. So I'm going to add the eye bag in as well today. So making lots of space for arms and legs. If you do have something to add over your eyes, you can do that. And then just letting everything that we've done in this practice begin to melt down off you and into the floor, much like the melting and the thawing out that happens as we transition from winter to spring, re-emerging back into our bodies and watching nature re-emerge back into the world. We're just going to spend a couple of minutes resting here, softening down through your face, slackening your jaw, sinking into your breath. Starting to let your inhales grow a little bigger as you add in some movement, perhaps in the hands or the head. You might even take your arms up over the head and have a stretch. Feel free to roll yourself over to one side if you like a moment there. And then we'll come back up to sitting like we did at the start of the practice. Whatever feels like a comfortable upright seat for you. You could bring the hands back to the knees or bring them back to the chest. And just sealing in this feeling that you've cultivated from this practice today, knowing that it's a feeling you can tap into anytime you need it as you move into this next season. And we'll take one breath in together and breathe out together. Thank you so much for practicing today. Namaste.